All right, like we got a little G Fuel review today. They just hooked me up with the brand new flavor that dropped. They even sent me the collector's box. It's called The Binding of Isaac. I will not lie to you guys. I have no idea what this is. Is it a game or a cartoon? Like, I don't know. Okay, so first off, we got a cool little shaker, sticker, some trading cards, and then of course the flavor, which we will try now. You ready? 1, 2, bam! To me, it tastes like a blue sweet tart. 8 out of 10, pretty good. Use code WyattzWorld to try it out. Anyway, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video and welcome to my mid-season NFL awards. I do this every year, or I have been, I should say. And I wanted to do it last week, but I decided we should wait till after week 9 to give us a better judgment. I have about 12 awards here. Some of them are real, some of them are made up. But before we hop into the video, one more quick plug. If you're 18 years or older, you can go over to Prize Picks and use code WyattzWorld to match up to $100 of your first deposit. But always remember, play responsibly, and let's get into my NFL mid-season awards. Alright, so to start off the list, I think we'll actually start with the Rookie of the Years. This is gonna go in no order the way I do these. I just want to keep it entertaining. So my Defensive Rookie of the Year right now, I think is actually pretty unanimous throughout the league, and that's Sauce Gardner. Guy's playing like a top 10, top 5 cornerback. 9 weeks into his rookie season with a rebuilding franchise, he has helped them get to 6-3, having 2 interceptions, 13 passes deflected, and 30 tackles. He's great in coverage, he's great at making plays. Right now, Sauce Gardner is my Defensive Rookie of the Year. All right, next up, we got our Offensive Rookie of the Year, and for me, if you watch me, you already know who I'm gonna say. That's Dameon Pierce. I do want to give shout-outs where they're due, though. You know, Garrett Wilson, Olave. Breece Hall was crazy before he got hurt. Kenneth Walker has recently exploded onto the scene as well. But for me, Dameon Pierce has been Mr. Consistent, Mr. Reliable, Mr. Offensive Rookie of the Year. Through 8 games with a terrible team, a terrible quarterback, a subpar offensive line, he has 148 carries for 678 yards, 3 rushing touchdowns, and a receiving touchdown. This man is essentially the only reason anybody is talking about the Texans right now. I'm not sure he'll hang on to it all year because Kenneth Walker is a machine, but he just got a late start. However, I'll always be rooting for you, Dameon. Keep it up. Okay, next award's kind of a made-up one from me, but it's the Most Improved award for a single player, and 2 players won it. I'm gonna give it to Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence. Seriously, both of these guys, rookie year to this year, it is night and day, 2 different people. Trevor got a coach who knows what he's doing and who cares about him. Justin Fields got a new coach who wants to use his fullest potential, which I think has given Fields the confidence to understand that he can make things happen on his own. I think both fan bases should be overly excited about these guys who have taken Josh Allen-esque leaps from rookie year to year 2. Let's all just hope they can keep it up. Alright, moving on to the next award. It is Coach of the Year, and it is a fatal 4-way between Mike Vrabel, Brian Daboll, Kevin O'Connell, and Nick Sirianni. Right now, honestly, to me, I think Brian Daboll is still leading for it. Yeah, I know we got a guy who's 8-0, we got a guy who's in a brand new organization now going 7-1, but to me, it's just the fact that I can't get over how Brian is finding success with an offense that coach after coach after coach has not been able to do. This is the best the Giants have looked in 8 years. And it's not like, oh yeah, you know, they're just doing better. Like, they're doing way better. They're one of the better teams in the league right now, record-wise. And Brian Daboll, to me, is a huge part of that. All right, moving on, we will go to the Flop of the Year, and this is player, not team. Najee Harris. Now, can he turn it around? Absolutely. Someone can easily take over this role, but right now, dude, he has 100 attempts for 360 yards, 1 rushing touchdown, and a couple receiving touchdowns. Like, his production isn't good. I don't need to dig into his analytics anymore. I'm sure you guys have seen clip after clip after clip of him on social media. He refuses to move upfield. He runs like he has concrete in his shoes. He is looking like what I thought Saquon Barkley was. All right, next up, we got the Comeback Player of the Year, and speaking of Saquon, it is Saquon. For those who missed it, I apologized long ago. I had a clown wig on and knows everything. I apologized. It was like the Debo thing, you know, like, I'm done apologizing now. I can just move forward and talk about him. In terms of a bounce back, he's probably had the biggest bounce back you can possibly imagine. 163 attempts, 779 rushing yards, 4.8 yards a carry, 5 rushing touchdowns, 28 receptions, 189 receiving yards. Guys, he's having a bigger year this year than he had in his last 2 seasons combined. And I'm sure there's some other players that I'm not thinking about who could be in here, but for me, there's only one guy who's even close to Saquon, and that's Christian McCaffrey, another guy I've bagged on. But only one wins the award, and it's Saquon Barkley, because he has been literally unstoppable this year. Alright, and moving on to the next award, it is the Clown of the Year, and for me, right now, it belongs to Russell Wilson. His whole journey from Seattle to Denver, how Denver's looked, how he's looked, him going out there and having shit games and then saying Broncos country, let's ride, and then streaming him working out to gospel music on his Instagram. To me, at least, he's looked like a huge clown. However, Jerry Jones has potential to take the award away. There's rumors of him getting Odell Beckham. If he does, good for him. But then just admit you are the biggest clown in the world for getting rid of Amari Cooper. What was the point if you go out and get Odell now? Admit it. Just admit you were wrong. Next up, we got Breakout Player of the Year. To me, it is Travis Etienne. And you know, he might have been able to be Comeback Player of the Year, but what is he coming back from? He never really got to play. He got hurt, missed his entire rookie year. Can't win Rookie of the Year, so that award's completely out of reach for him, meaning I think he should be the one first in line for Breakout of the Year. He's 5th in the league right now in rushing, 680 yards. Also has 5.7 yards a blast in 4 rushing touchdowns. I mean, do I need to say anything more? That guy's looking like an animal. I kinda did question the Jags' usage with James Robinson, and I questioned them getting rid of James Robinson. I really don't anymore, especially after watching ETN this last week. They don't need James. And by keeping him, they're just gonna waste his career, so I'm honestly happy they got rid of him. Alright, moving on is the Defensive Player of the Year. Now, the winner is Micah Parsons. However, Nick Bosa and Zadarius Smith are honorable mentions, and a lot of other people are too. A lot of people are having great years, but I don't think anybody is being as consistent of a game changer, as consistent of a menace as Micah Parsons. Plays nearly every position defensively. He's got 26 tackles, 8 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. He's just so explosive and physical, it really seems impossible to block him. Again, Dallas, what, 6-2, surviving 5 weeks without their starting quarterback? I give a lot of that credit to Micah Parsons. And next up, we have our Offensive Player of the Year. This should be a pretty easy one. Tyreek Hill. 76 receptions, 1,104 receiving yards, 3 receiving touchdowns. The next closest person in yards to him is Cooper Kupp with 813. If Cooper Kupp could win Offensive Player of the Year last year, I'm guessing a guy who's gonna beat his record this year should probably win it. Doesn't matter what team or quarterback you give him, Tyreek Hill is legitimately one of the greatest receivers ever. Alright, and moving on to the second to last award before we get to the MVP, it is the biggest train wreck of a team award. I wanted to give it to the Colts, I wanted to give it to the Packers, but I've got to give it to the Raiders. You guys are for surely the biggest disaster. Everything you did, everything you put together, all the planning, all the talking, all the relocating to get to this point, and you're still shit. Alright, and finally we are ending with the MVP award, and for me, it is not Josh Allen, it is not Patrick Mahomes, it is Jalen Hurts. So much trash talked about this guy, he just wasn't good, he wasn't gonna be good. Well, I hate to break it to you, but the Eagles are 8-0, he has completed 68% of his passes, throwing for 2,042 yards, 12 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and carrying a passer rating of 107.8. That is an MVP stat line. He also has 4 rushing touchdowns too, but we don't need to get into that. Another sneaky dark horse honorable mention, Kirk Cousins is entering the convo again. Slowly but surely. Alright guys, that is going to be all though for my mid-season NFL awards. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you know what to do to show support. Comment, like, subscribe, turn that bell on. I do my best to post on this channel every single day. With everything I just said though, I'm going to hop off and get this edited so you guys can all watch it on time. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your Tuesday, and as always, I will see you in the next video.